Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Seventh, final frame of this session, Steve Davis to break.
That's a pity for Johnson.
You do without the shouting. Thank you.
After his safety play had been so good for the last couple of frames, he makes an early error in this one, which could cost him a few.
One.
Once again, Steve having a problem after the interval, getting his positional side of this game together.
6.
That was another chance to build up a nice lead.
6, Steve Davis.
Yes, John, it's strange how intervals sometimes do change the course of snooker matches. In the 2 frames before the interval, Davis made breaks of 108 and 107. And playing like that, it was absolutely tremendous stuff, but he hasn't been the same after the mid-session interval. This is a very, very tough shot. Having to bridge over the brown with the cue ball tight on the brown. And Davis considering the possibility of playing as if he snookered to leave the cue ball buried amongst the pack of reds.
Foul. 6, Joe Johnson.
Well, it's obviously not a touching ball, but I wouldn't think Joe would be putting Steve back in here. If he could just glance off that red just to the right of the cue ball. And he is putting him back in, and it could be a little bit risky. Steve did elect to try and cover that red over the corner pocket. It'll make Joe's next safety shot very difficult.
Well, obviously Davis didn't think there was a really good odds-on chance of covering the possible red if he took the cue ball away to baulk.
I'm sure if Steve could get through to those two reds by the left-hand corner pocket, he'd be playing the plant. So obviously, just not enough room to get through. So Joe a little bit fortunate there. And Joe just looking there. The one thing you want to try and do off this safety shot is to try and stop your opponent hitting the right hand side of the reds. If you force him to hit the left hand side with all that cluster of reds, it's going to be very difficult to find a path back to baulk.
One.
Well, the plant looked a certainty as long as the first red made contact with the second, so it wasn't Davis's best positional control by any means.
Blue ball. One, Steve Davis.
Very important. Had the cue ball not gone in the pocket, Davis would have had an easy ball available and the possibility of a substantial break.
One. 8. Nine.
Well, as this red just below the black would pot into the left-hand corner pocket, it'd certainly make it easier for him. Well, obviously doesn't, but still in prime position.
16. Seventeen.
And what a psychological blow it would be if Johnson could win this last frame of the afternoon to end the first of the 4 sessions of which this final comprises. 4-3 ahead.
Yes, Clive, and especially 3 of those frames his opponents made 2 century breaks.
24.
So Joe's really standing up well to this.
25. Thirty-one. 32.
'Well, that's a little bit unlucky. He needed to get his cue down. Well, he's going to try and attempt it. He needs to stop the cue ball where the pink is for position. Just loosening the tie. Blue spot and still in
38.
good position.
$39. 45.
'Well, we know that the red just below the black won't pot into the left-hand corner pocket, so off this red, Joe's got to try and get an angle to either disturb some reds or play for that red into the right-hand corner pocket. So precise position required.
46.
That sounded like a kick on the pink.
52.
The backspin just didn't happen.
Yes, and what a pity. Just needed this last loose red in a cover to leave Steve needing snookers. So we'll just have to play a safety shot now and try and create another opportunity.
Can I take it again?
Having a joke with the referee, can I take that one again? And Joe, certainly, I've never seen him look more relaxed than he is. That's the biggest moment of his life, and he's really enjoying it.
52, Joe Johnson.
150 to 1 were Johnson's odds when the 32 players came to the Crucible. Well, that might have looked a bit wide, but seemed a fair enough risk. He just needed one more red, a decent value colour, and Davis would have needed a snooker.
Could give him half for that, I think. It was that close. But this is the red that Joe needs. Just got to get on a colour. And what a boost for him to win this session.
One. Eight. Nine.
Davis lost at last year's final from 8-0 up to Dennis Taylor. I don't think he's going to win this one without going through it a little bit.
Quiet, please. Now, 12, Joe Johnson.
So, Davis concedes the last game of the afternoon. Johnson comes with a late one of 3 to lead Davis. 4-3 at the interval, and maybe in the snooker world, 1 or 2 people are starting to think the unthinkable.